Hi, my name is Jenny, and Missy has asked me to share with you one of my favorite things. Now, I'm not Oprah, and you're not all getting a new car, but what I want to share with you is life-changing, and it's so simple. It's something I use every day. I notice when I go without it, and it's something that I want to share with others, and that's you. So I have two questions for you. Have you ever read through the entire Bible? Maybe you are like I was and you grew up loving God and studying the Bible, and you have done Bible studies all the time, but you've never actually read through the Bible. My second question, have you ever read the Bible and wondered, what in the world did I just read? I think of Acts 8, if you're familiar with the story of Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch. He was in his chariot in Isaiah, riding along, the Ethiopian eunuch was, and the Spirit told Philip to go and join the Ethiopian. And he ran up to him and he said, "Do you understand what you're reading in Isaiah?" He was in Isaiah. And the Ethiopian eunuch said, "Well, how can I understand unless someone guides me?" And then Philip got to be the one to guide him and ultimately to baptize him and lead him to the Lord. So there are many times when you can be reading along, and sometimes I just maybe zone out and I'm not thinking about what I'm reading, or I just simply need someone to help me understand it. That is where my tool comes in that I'm excited to share, and it's called the Bible Recap. If you go to thebiblerecap.com, you will get all the information you need there, but I'm going to tell you about it first. So wait, and you can go to their website after I explain it. But the Bible Recap walks listeners through the Bible chronologically in a year, but it's different because it then provides a brief daily summary and highlights reel through a brief podcast, no more than 8 minutes. Tara Lee Cobble is the one who does this, who reads the podcast, and is a very she has a beautiful voice, just easy to listen to and easy to understand. It's about 3 chapters a day that you read, and then, like I said, the podcast is about 8 minutes long. So at the end of her podcast, one of my favorite things is that she points out her God shot from that reading. And she talks about an aspect of God's character that she saw in the reading for that day. And so you have 2 elements there. You have the Bible reading where you read, or for me, I listen to it through my Bible app, through the YouVersion Bible app. You can read or listen to those chapters for that day. And then you listen to the podcast. But wait, there's more, because every time you get to a new chapter, it includes in the Bible reading, it includes a video from the Bible Project, which I believe Missy has already given us that resource of the videos that are short, also overviews. They're kind of pictorial descriptions of that entire book. You get that at the beginning of every chapter. So you get this beautiful video overview that describes the book you're about to read in that season. And so there's so many aspects of this. If you're a box checker, you'll love this. I mean, it's an easy way, and the reading plan in the Bible, the YouVersion Bible app actually has all the little checks that you need. If you get frustrated when boxes don't get checked, don't abandon it. Keep going. If it takes you 2 years, you're still reading through the Bible chronologically. You're still going to get there, and you will be blessed by doing so. One of my other favorite things, the devotion. At the beginning, there's a box for devotion. And I thought it was going to be a sweet little devotional thought for each day related to the reading. But no, it's actually the same 5 bullet points, and it's a prayer, actually, for your reading. It's the same every week. Let me read some of them to you real quickly. It says, "God, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding." 2, "Let any knowledge I gain serve to help me love you and others more and not puff me up." 3, "Help me see something new about you I've never seen before." 4, "Correct any lies I believe about you or anything I misunderstand." And 5, "Direct my steps according to your word." That is the same devotional prayer every reading of every day. And I love that. I love starting out with that prayer because it seems to cover all the things that I long to gain out of my reading time in the Bible. So I wake up excited every day and have an agreement with myself, just as a personal note, I have an agreement with myself not to open any other podcast or other app until I've done my Bible reading for that day. So you'll find me in the mornings with my phone, walking around, having it, or I might be sitting and getting ready for my morning, but listening to my Bible app and the Bible recap. I do this in addition to any Bible study that I might be a part of at the time, because it's so simple. It's 20 minutes of my day, and I think one of the greatest values of reading the Bible all the way through is getting a big picture view, because so often we live in a book when we're doing a study or whatever it is we're reading. We live in that place, but then we forget the big picture, and I think we need to always keep in mind the big picture of God's story through the whole Bible and understand it as a whole. So the coming up on October 1st is actually a perfect time for you to start. That's why Missy was excited of the timing for this, for me to be able to share with you, because October 1st is when they begin their New Testament reading plan. So like I said, if you go to thebiblerecap.com, you will click on the big blue box that says Start, and you'll find all the information of how to download, if you don't have the Bible app, YouVersion, to download that. And then go to your podcast app, whether that's the Apple Podcast app, or I use Podbean is another one. And that'll show you how to download the Bible Recap podcast, and then you're set. And those will be synced so that when you pull up the Bible app, it will pop up on that day and it will tell you exactly what you are to read for that day. So the New Testament begins October 1st. It's a perfect time for this fall season going into the holidays, and especially Christmas, reading through the New Testament to begin learning and reading in that way. And then January 1, we'll start together Genesis 1 on January 1. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to be a resource to you. I would love to do this alongside other friends and share our experiences as we're reading the Bible together. Again, a couple of us are in Bible study together now, doing different studies at the church or online, but this is just another way to share together our experience in reading the Bible. So thank you for letting me share one of my favorite things.